Hello. Why is this not going live? There we go. Hello. Welcome. Let's take a nice deep breath into our lower abdomen and breathe into our seat, wherever furniture piece or floor that you're sitting on. And with an exhale with sound, and just allowing all the tension in your body permission to release. Welcome to day 18 of your meditation challenge. My name is Debra O'Neill, CEO and founder of blissbe.me, Integrative Holistic Health. And I'm here to share because I care. And I really support a great practice of meditation, and there's multiple benefits. So join me. This is my personal practice. And we're going to cover 3 areas. The first is going to be grounding, centering, and aligning. Why is that important? I would probably put that at the most important piece of starting your day. It allows us to bring in the safety and security. We're connecting with the 2 energies of the earth and the universe. And both have a significant resonance to the immunity and our health of this organism and many organisms on planet Earth. And we align with what's most important to you and our higher purpose, our higher self, divine consciousness, God, creator, source energy. And we center into that, into the earth, center into our body and center and align up. We come into our heart so that we can remember that we're born with a heart. How blessed are we? We are born with a heart. And to acknowledge the heart and gratitude for you taking this journey through life. It's not always easy, but we can make it fun. You're the boss. You get to choose what you put up here. And that's where this and meditation comes in, because we can calm that monkey mind, that chaotic mind, and we can take steps to put in there what we want. We get to decide. We get to reset the grooves in our mind instead of going over those same grooves that have followed us. Just think of having this big tail of this wave of frequencies and thought forms following you, because it's just bombarded. The subconscious mind is 40 trillion bits per second, and the conscious mind has 40,000 bits per second. And here we are MacGyvering through all that information. The body is firing off to keep us safe and survival. And we just want to go, So this is a place where we can do that and slow the world down, create space, create that gap between the chaos and everything else. And that's where inspiration, I call it divine inspiration, and other intelligence, guides, spirits, whatever it is that loves you unconditionally, pain-free. I like to say, I've learned my lessons. I've paid my price. Now I want pain-free. So let's come into our grounding and centering and aligning. And here we turn on all our sensories. As we go down into the central core of the earth, I want you to turn on your vision. Permission to see, permission to hear, permission to smell, permission to taste, permission to know, permission to feel. And whatever other sensories that I can't believe that we only have 5 or 6. Like, there's probably a whole lot more than that. So let's just give permission to to know, to feel, to see, to hear, to taste, to smell, and anything else that will guide you down into the central core of the earth and allow you to, with permission and consent, to draw up the earth energy. We're always connected. But science has proven is once you set an intention or once you observe something, it shifts. We're going for that shift. So you might want to notice what shifts you feel in your body, because we are sort of evidence-based. And I want you to create your own evidence because it's there. So feel that somatically in the body, that knowingness or whatever that might be for you. Let's get started. So call on all your sensory organs. Now I want you to imagine this fine line, often called an etheric line, from your feet going down into the ground. If your feet are touching the floor, give them a good, stable foundation. Really anchor in those 4 points on the ground and the floor. You might want to spread your toes like little yoga toes and reattach them to the floor like a little gecko. That's what I love to do. And then just imagine, and if you need something tangible, think of tree roots going down, that central core of that tree root. And now just drop into the earth. If you're sitting on the floor, just feel the perineum bones or the sit bones and just drop down from the perineum and the sit bones into the earth. You can also, if you're cross-legged, imagine your feet going down into the earth. And just take a nice breath and allow that breath on the exhale just to settle you in again on your seat. So you're going into the rock and the slate and the sand. Notice if it's cool or sharp or gritty. Can you see it? Can you taste it? Can you get that taste, in that earth taste? Can you smell it? Does it smell like the cement after a warm cement, a rain on warm cement or something like that? Now going into the molten, the warm molten, it's liquid. See if you go faster. Does that etheric line or your tree roots go faster through that warmth and down towards that vision of that central core of the earth, that bright, shiny object, crystalline core, the power that's in the center of the earth, the frequency. Now allow those etheric feet to wrap around the central core of the earth or the tree, the roots, whatever it is that you're working with, and draw it up. I like to draw it up on my in-breath. It's like I'm sucking up a straw as permission to receive, permission to heal with this beautiful red frequency earth energy. Bringing it up with your inhalation, up the same way it went down, coming up right into the full feet. Your full feet. It's a mouthful. And bring it up into your ankles on your next inhalation, into your calves and your knees and your thighs and into your hips. On the next inhalation, bring it down, bring your inhalation down to your lower abdomen and meet that red frequency or Mother Earth energy that's coming up. And allow that to blend as on the next inhale, you draw it up the abdomen and into the chest and the heart and over the shoulders, and permission for those shoulders to fall 3 inches as we bathe it in the safety and security and the groundedness of Mother Earth, down your arms to your wrists and your hands and your fingertips. You might want to give a little shift, a little movement. After opening the chest and allowing the shoulders to fall. Now on the inhalation, breathe it up into the throat, the gateway to the head and into the face. Allow it to cascade over the top and the back of the head. You can even invite it to come out the top of your 7th chakra and allow it to waterfall down the outside of your body, 360 degrees. And just take a moment to notice. Does the body feel more dense? Do your hands feel more dense? Do your feet feel more dense? Do you feel grounded? And if not, I invite you just to take another inhale down to your lower abdomen. And on the exhale, open your mouth and permission to exhale and release the tension and sense that settling into where you are. Sometimes we don't realize how many different parts of our body might be feeling really rigid. Often it's the lower back, the base just over the top of your buttocks. Sometimes it's actually your spine. Is your spine really rigid? It shouldn't be. It's got all those little vertebrae that allow it to move. So center now. Find that still point with the body. You can just teeter-totter front and back, side to side, go in a little circle, whatever it is that allows you to come to that point. And if you can't find it, follow your intuition and know it to be correct. Now we're going to take that line up through the bottom of the buttocks, through the perineum, it's in the center of the buttocks, and up through the spine, also called the central channel, Sushumna, up through to the top of the head. And when we center, we come into the heart, and the body actually does it all for us. As we find that center point, the body's got to call in all that energy that might be scattered out in order to come into its center. You can put your hands in prayer position on your sternum. You can take your knuckles, your thumb knuckles, and put them right into your sternum. That might help you to come into a center point. Now we're going to connect. We're going to align to divine. We're going to take this line. We're going to take it through the solar system, through the Milky Way into the cosmos. Boom, boom, boom. Straight up. Do not get distracted. Straight line to divine creator source, God energy, archangels, angels, guides, gurus, sages, higher consciousness, higher self, divine consciousness, place of many names. You name it, you're the boss. Whatever it is for today, because it may change. We have the right to change our mind. Now with permission, invite this gold and white light energy down from universal energy, divine consciousness. Allow it to come into the top chakra and fill your head. Illuminate your eyes, your cells, every space in between your cells. Feel this effervescence or this sparkle. I have to see it really shimmering, this gold and white light. Do you sense the light in front of your eyes? Do you sense it in your head as you draw it into your throat, the gateway to the mind and the body, to allow yourself to speak with love, to speak with divine intention, inspiration, to reduce and calm the egoic side of my will and step into thy will. Breathe it into your shoulders. Bathe it down your arms, to your hands, to your fingertips, so that everything that you touch today is done with divine and loving intention. Breathe it into your heart space, in your lungs. Allow the heart to open. Allow the lungs to open. Permission to heal anything that needs to be healed. Breathe this divine energy, consciousness into your lower abdomen and bathe the whole lower abdomen and the organs there. Bathe the back body fully in this divine golden white light. Now bring it into the hips and the pelvis and all the reproductive organs. And bring it down into the thighs and the knees and the calves and your ankles and your feet. And take a nice deep diaphragmatic breath here. What do you notice now? What do you notice now? You feel the groundedness, but you feel the light. Do you sense that sparkle, that illuminant energy. This is a great place to ask a question. When we start our day, if something's worrying you, if you have concerns, write it down in your journal. When we use our written word, it has a vibration in itself, that movement, that scripting. This is what we take into meditation. This allows us to create the safety, connect with our heart, and allows us to already align so we know where we're going. We get to relax now. We get to step behind the veil, I call it. Find a seat on that beautiful pine cone, the pineal gland. Step into your heart. Find a seat in your heart. And then you anchor into your seat where you're sitting. And from here, we get to sit. We get to create a resolve. What do you do? What do you want? Why are you here? I'm really sensing the static and the strain, emotional strain that's being put on humans around the world. I'm feeling the strain of the farmers in India. I'm feeling the strain in our city on our new guidelines that were just released. I'm feeling the strain of the month of December and how there's a lot of sorrow and sadness, madness, anger, frustration. I'm feeling the strain of mental health. I want to hold space there. I want to hold space there. So you're welcome to join me with that resolve for peace and love, compassion. For the people that are stepping into the work and are wanting to make that change for themselves. Because when we do it here, we do it everywhere. So thank you for being here. It's big work. And in order to get to that tipping point for humanity, we need to really think that it's important that we engage as much as we can in the light. We are the light. This is the light. To care so much, to sit here, I could bawl, but it's not going to do any good. I want to do the work. So with these tears of compassion and hope and knowing that we are on the right track, knowing that we're doing the right thing. But sometimes this comes up and it's okay. Because for me, I recognize it as my connection. I recognize it as my connection to humanity, creator, source, God, energy. And I take a beautiful deep breath and I let my nervous system know that I am safe and that we're on the right path and that this is important enough to show up. So we're going to cover off the meditation now. We're going to go into meditation. So get ready to grab a blanket, have a sip of water, settle into your seat, anchor into your security and your safety so your mind can calm itself naturally. And if for some reason what I said triggered you, you can rock back and forth. You can put your hands on your shoulders, which creates your container. And you can regulate with your hands up and down. The mantra here would be, how slow can you go? You can use this anytime, anywhere. Within 90 seconds, you regulate your nervous system. It takes 90 seconds for an emotion to pass, to flow through, for it to cycle through your body. So there's a lot of these videos on YouTube under Bliss Be Me. And also we do the work, and it's offered in our monthly membership, of course. And I invite you into our monthly membership where we do this work. We do this work, and it's so very important. So thank you for being here. I can't say that enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really honor and recognize the work that you're doing, and I'm so deeply, deeply grateful. Okay, so we're going to work with my mala, and I'm going to do 5 rounds. I'll let you know when we pass each round. And I think I am going to use some grounding of, I'll use the fluorite, which is a beautiful fluorite. I'll put that down so we stay grounded. And I'm just going to use the danbarite. And it's excellent for, what it says on the card is excellent for angelic communication, channeling, and interdimensional travel, calms mind chatter, thus is good for sleep and meditation, releases from grief and fear, anxiety, resentment, and anger. So we're holding that for the whole collective. It's a karmic cleanser and good for allergies and detoxification. And that will be good for society and humanity now too, because I think that there's potentially an overabundance in toxicity, whether it be junk food, fast food, drugs or alcohol, or any other forms of intoxications. Can be a whole plentiful of things. And karmic cleanser. So our karma is that echo, that boomerang that I talk about. So when we have something that shows up that's an irritant in us or for us, it's a matter of looking at that as the messenger. And when that happens, it's called that this piece of karma is ripening. So that's a great opportunity to make a new decision, a new choice, so that we send out with each response, we send out another karmic boomerang or a karmic echo. So, so this helps to release the karmic energy that's ripening the karmic cleanser, is what I believe is what they're meaning by that. That I thought that I would share. All right, so if you'd like to use the mantra So Hum, it's inhale on the So, exhale on the Hum. Anchor into where you want to sit within your body. And you might want to try both spots. And the reason why we curl our lips up in meditation is sometimes we can cause a strain in our third eye area. And when we lift curl our lips up a little bit, it releases the strain in here. But if you ever feel strain in here, please, it's not the intention. Just come down and sit in your heart. And then and allow that to soften, consciously soften that area if it feels strained. The mudra that I use is the index finger into the crux of the thumb, and that's normally done on the right hand. But because I have my mala, the mala is to be held in the right hand, I'm going to use my left hand. I'm going to put my danbarite just in my palm, and then I just connect the 2 fingers. And the pinky finger is free. Another mudra, if you're not interested in doing that one, is just the left hand on the bottom, right hand on top. Connect the thumbs and just allow it to sit in your lap, or I like it to touch my abdomen, because part of the brain training and the body training and the breath training, so to speak, is to remind the body to breathe down to the abdomen, remind me to breathe down to the abdomen, create that breath that we've had since the beginning of time, that when we start to live in a high stimulated society, we find that the breath comes up to our chest breath, which is our fight, flight, freeze. We want to bring that breath down, bring your breath down to the lower abdomen at all times, preferably, but especially in meditation. All right, let's begin. Inhaling, and with an exhale with sound, let's come into our seat. Inhaling so. Exhaling hum. Inhaling so. Exhaling hum. Inhaling so. Exhaling hum. Another object here is just one complete smooth breath, inhaling so. Exhaling hum with no pause in between. One smooth breath. You might want to visualize breathing down to your hand, inhaling down to your hand, and exhaling up to your nose. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. Or breathing up to your nose, pardon me, and down to your hand. And exhaling down to your hand. Whichever way works for you, actually. I think they both sort of work. Exhaling hum. Inhaling up to your nose, so. Exhaling down to your hand, hum. But the inhalation still comes down to your hand. So I'm sorry, I might be messing you up. It's just carry on. Okay, so I think I figured it out. That's round one. On the inhalation, I inhale through my front body down to my abdomen. And on the exhale, I exhale up my spine, up, back up. So that is what I'm experiencing at this time. If you wish to try that, you're welcome to join me. So I inhale, so down to my, but I'm filling my lower cavity and my abdomen. And on the exhale, I allow the body to travel up the spine. And let's go into round two. Inhaling so. And exhaling hum. So that is my loop that I make from the front body to the back body. One complete smooth breath. No pause, no jerks, no noise, and no judgment. If any thoughts come into the mind, and when they do, just put them in the cloud. Or you can put them in a bubble and allow them to float up into the ethers. If you feel that you're having a number of consecutive thoughts coming through, and just put them on a moving train, load them on. As they come, just keep loading them on. The idea is not to engage with them. That's 3. Thank you, Guru, thank you. That's 4. You might want to check your posture. See if you're leaning forward. The body might be preparing to get up. Bring it back to its centering point. Engage your breath and your mantra. Let the body know that it's safe. And that's 5. You can stay with your mantra So Hum, or you can join me in Bliss Be Me. So each movement on the mala is bliss be me, 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 bliss be me. So it's a little different because your breath doesn't engage with the mantra so much. The mantra becomes a state of flow through the body. And settle in to see what you can see. Joining the frequency of bliss, love, joy. If you're not down in your heart, you might want to bring it down into your heart. Curl your lips up a little. Simply offer that out to the world. See the world in bliss. See yourself and your family, your city, your community. Offer that bliss frequency out to all. Offer it to the virus. Give it the strength to carry through and move on along its way. Let's can release the mantra. Allow you to bring your hands together if you'd like to come out of meditation at this time, or you're welcome to stay in meditation. Keep your eyes closed while I pull a card for us for inspiration for today. And cup your eyes with your warm hands if that's what you're doing right now. Open your eyes and bathe your eyes in the warmth and energy of your hands. And deepest gratitude to yourself for taking this time. It's a commitment. Absolutely. It's a discipline. Absolutely. It's a lifestyle. Yes, it is. I call it restyling your life. Putting in, sort of recategorizing in the ladder of things that you do in a day. Restyling it so that it becomes your favorite blanket, shawl, or sweater that you put on as you come to your favorite seat and you do your favorite thing. Let's see, I have these cards. They're called Angel Answer cards. I don't really use them that often. I bought them actually for a client a few years ago now. I was having a hard time with some decisions, and I guess the last time I picked these cards up, my card was communicate clearly. So I invite you just to think about something that you may want answered and see what comes up. What am I going to hold? And what do these cards want us to know today? Oh, wow. I think it's just picked a card for the whole community. I'll try that again one more time. I don't know that I have a backup deck in case this isn't really suitable for what we're doing here today. Let go. It's a beautiful card. Let go. The time has come to let go of this situation. Stop focusing on how or when it will be solved or even why it occurred. Relationships that are unhealthy or unfulfilling should be released in order to allow something better to come along. Don't worry. The divine God or your angels have everything under control. What were you thinking about? So take that concept of let go into your journal and take a look at what might be in your best interest of letting go of. Thank you for being here with me today. If you know somebody that would get value from this, please tag them, send it to them, share it with them. If you want to save it for later, save it for later. Like and subscribe for notifications. It's coming into the final third of the meditation challenge. So I'm really grateful that you're here, and there's still lots of time to have people join. So somebody that you know, bring them along. Many blessings. Take good care. Hope to see you tomorrow. Make it a great day.